Okay, we're starting on page 56. With a flash of pleasure, she saw John Holbrook approaching, but her impulsive greeting froze as she saw that Reverend Bulkley had the young man firmly by her elbow. In the shadow of his teacher, an extra staidness had fallen over the young divinity student, and his smile was lukewarm with dignity. Not till John had courteously acknowledged the minister's introduction did he turn to Kit. "I was glad to see you in the meeting," he said gravely. "You must have found the sermon uplifting." Kit was nonplussed. "How very fortunate we were to hear Dr. Bulkley," John continued, taking her silence for agreement. "He rarely preaches now, since his retirement. 'Twas a truly remarkable sermon. Every word seemed to be inspired." Kit stared at him. Yes, actually he was serious. Dr. Bulkley had moved out of earshot, and there was no hint of flattery in John's earnest words. She was floundering for an answer when Judith spoke. "Dr. Bulkley's sermons are always inspired," she said demurely, "especially when he preaches about the final judgment." John marked Judith's presence with surprise and respect. Under the white bonnet her face was sweetly serious, her eyes dazzling blue. "His learning is incredible," he told her. "He can recite entire chapters of Scripture, and he knows law and medicine as well." John's blush, as he found the learned doctor again at his elbows, was all the more flattering. Dr. Bulkley glowed indulgently. "I know a bit of Scripture," he admitted, "but this young man has made a good start, a very good start indeed." "You must bring your new people with you when you come to dine with us on Thursday," smiled Rachel Wood, and with this gracious acceptance Dr. Bulkley steered his charge away. "And now, Catherine dear, here is another neighbor you must meet, Mistress Ashby, my niece from Barbados." Kit curtsied, noting with satisfaction that this was one woman who did not despise vain adornment. Mistress Ashby's dove-coloured damask with its glittering lace must have come straight from England. "And her son, William," continued her aunt, braced to meet the reserve and suspicion she encountered at every introduction so far. Kit was startled to meet the unmistakable dazzled gaze of William Ashby, and unconsciously she rewarded him with the farce genuine smile she managed this morning. Kit had no idea of what happened to her thin, pale features when she smiled. William was speechless. As he turned to follow her aunt and Judith, Kit knew that for certain that he had not moved, and that if she looked back she would see his sturdy frame planted motionless in the path. She did not look back, but she knew. Walking back along the road, Judith signaled Kit to fall behind the others. "You never mentioned that there was a handsome man on the boat," she whispered accusingly. "Handsome? You mean John Holbrook? You certainly seem to know each other well enough." "Well, there was no one else to talk to, but most of the time he sat by himself and studied."